Let's briefly look at the importance of teaching privacy and safety online. Privacy and safety online. Why is it important? I'm going to mention few points why it is important. Okay? Number one, it protects you from cyberbullying because you don't overshare. You see, teenagers, they share too much. I'm telling you, they share too much. Sometimes I go on interacting with them on the group. Sometimes I have a one-on-one chat with them. Sometimes they come to my office one-on-one and we talk. You find out that their problem is oversharing, putting too much information out there. So it's important that they get educated in oversharing of their own information or family information or any information that is supposed to be private. So teaching digital literacy or teaching them online privacy and safety is important because it will help them to stay away from cyberbullying, stay away from online blackmailing. It will help them. Okay, it will help them to stay away from exploitation from those who are going to blackmail them, and it's going to save them the emotional trauma they will go through. So you see that teaching them such education is very, very important. So make it a priority in your home and set out time to teach digital literacy to your children. Secondly, I've talked about it, it helps to avoid scammers. The people they interact with are those who will scam them. If you give out too many information, you are already a prey to your predators. So they can scam you and blackmail you. And there are people who pose to be young individuals, meanwhile they are adults who are ready to devour. They are just putting on a sheep covering, inside they are wolves. We want to be careful. Teach your children to avoid discussing with strangers online. Teach your children to be careful those who they accept friend requests online. Have you taken note lately that this fast link to money is prevalent here in the internet? And they send you friend requests and they start telling you how you are going to double your money or what you are going to do to make more money. Teach your children to be careful. They can be scammed. They can be led on to bad things. They can make them get involved in risky behavior. Warn them and be warned. Okay? Then, digital footprints. This world doesn't I love it so much because I keep saying it that the internet does not forget. Digital footprint means that whatever you put in the internet can remain there. They use the word forever, but to me I use the word as long as the internet stays. Digital footprints, the internet doesn't forget. So if the internet doesn't forget, it will remind you of your risky behavior. It will remind you of things you've shared. Don't you see that memories are shared with you? Things you post 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago are brought to you as reminder. Who have seen it? Who have shared it? Who have stored it? So when you get involved in risky behavior or share too much information, you will be reminded someday that you've overshared. So digital footprint, creates awareness on digital footprint. I'm going to make a full video on digital footprint awareness. Remember I told you I'm taking a tour, or I'm taking a series on digital literacy. I'm going to teach about privacy and safety on the internet. So follow along. Safe social media use. Safe social media use. Teach your children how to use social media wisely, who to accept friend requests from, what they post there. Teach them how to have self-control over how they use the internet. They should have screen time monitor. You can use app that can cut them out of social media. I will talk about some of these apps that you can use as a caregiver or as a parent to cut off your children from social media. Set the number of hours or minutes you want them to stay there. And please follow them if you don't want to set that. Follow them. Always monitor what they do. If you say it's getting on in their privacy, I don't care. That's my own opinion. Whatever your opinion is, if you don't want to follow them on social media, good for you. But for me, if you have young ones that are of social media usable age appropriate, I'm going to follow them and see what they do there. I'm going to check in on them. I'm going to look at their phones once in a while. Okay, follow them and see what they are doing there. See who they are engaging with. Please educate them on those they engage with and what they are asking them. Engage them. Be a good communicator so they can open up to you and tell you. Okay, a young girl was telling me that a friend she met online was asking her to send explicit photos. I told him that's a blackmailer and that will lead to cyberbullying. You don't do such. Okay, so if she did not open up, she can as well send such explicit messaging and it will catch up with her. Avoid inappropriate content. Teach them appropriate and inappropriate content. Teach your young ones what content is appropriate and what content is inappropriate, and try to filter this information for them. Okay, you have to understand what appropriate content is before you can distinguish between appropriate and inappropriate. I'll take this as a topic in my subsequent edition. And then encourage responsible behavior online. Some young ones are so disrespectful online. Some young ones say words that are demeaning online. So teach them respectful behavior and teach them to respect boundaries, and they have their own boundaries. These are some reasons why we need to teach privacy and safety online. I'm going to talk more about this in my subsequent edition. All right, so thank you for joining me. What are other ways you think can be done, or what other things you think we can teach to help our children understand such risky behavior, and what do you want to warn them to stay away from? Tell me below the comment box. I'll see you in the next.